Depending on what type of house you buy can also dictate and whether or not you're in a flood zone.
One other thing to not forget about is insurance costs. That is something that you're going to want no matter what.
All right, Chris, today we're talking about a riveting subject, and that's property taxes and insurance. So tell me, what is property taxes first and foremost?
So, if you guys aren't aware, when you buy a piece of property, that's not the only cost involved. You have to pay taxes to your local government or municipality for the right to live there, or not the right to live there, but you have to pay taxes on it. So that's one thing to consider when you're buying a home. If you check the property taxes when you go look at a home, those would not be the same property taxes once you close on your home. That's one thing a lot of people miss, and then they get in their house and suddenly their property taxes shoot up, and that actually usually is broken down month by month. So let's say you have $3,000 winter tax and maybe a $6,000 summer tax, which is a lot, mind you. But those two numbers together will be broken in between 12 months and will be added on to your mortgage payment. So we might be thinking your mortgage will be $600 and it might double to $1,200 because of property taxes.
Yeah, and so each municipality has voted on millage rate, right? It'll shorten to be called the mill rate. And so you really want to understand what the mill rates are in different areas, because if you buy a $400,000 house in Hazel Park versus a $400,000 house in Lapeer, those mill rates are going to be exponentially different, and your taxes in Hazel Park will probably be 3 to 4 times more than they would be in Lapeer. So it's something worth knowing when you go to buy. And sometimes even cities right next to each other will have different. I pick on Hazel Park because their mill rate's through the roof. In comparison, their neighbors isn't that much better, but it is better. So like you said, those will jump considerably, and which city you decide to live in will dictate what your mill rates are, right? And you want to look at what the homestead one is, not the non-homestead. Non-homestead is what businesses pay and what non-owner occupied owners pay in terms of taxes.
One other thing to not forget about is insurance costs. That is something that you're going to want no matter what. And also, if you have an FHA loan or certain loan types, you're required to have it. So that is an added cost that you also need to count in. You can talk to your lender about that and get the exact amount so that you're prepared for your monthly payment before you even go in to look at or put an offer in on a house.
Yeah, and depending on what type of house you buy can also dictate and whether or not you're in a flood zone. Like there's certain spots in Fraser that are in flood zones. And in Michigan, we don't really have a lot of flood damage, but what these insurance carriers do is if you have to carry flood insurance, you're essentially paying for everybody in Florida, right? And so you have to really keep in mind where the flood zones are and that sort of thing, because you may have flood insurance, and sometimes that flood insurance will cost even more than what even taxes cost you. So insurance is definitely a big domino to pay attention to, and make sure you know what areas you're looking to buy in. So anything we missed on that, Chris?
Oh, that's pretty much it. Just make sure you pay attention to those two things.
All right, so if you want to work with an agent that's going to talk you through all the hidden costs like insurance, like taxes, go ahead and reach out. We'll connect you with a great agent like Chris. Thank you.